Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the interview that I'm doing with Tiffany Jackson today on Say What, Say It Again. I'm your host, Tyrus Ray. I'm going to go ahead and get Tiffany in here so we can go ahead and get to this, man, and go ahead and see what she got going on. Miss Tiffany Jackson, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. So, Miss Tiffany, Miss Busy Lady. You are a very busy lady. So you're originally from Detroit, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I know originally when you went to school, you went to school in Louisiana, right? And then you later you transferred to Illinois State.
Yes.
What made you want to transfer from the school in Louisiana to Illinois State?
Well, I have something called sickle cell anemia. So like I was struggling with it a lot of my childhood years. And so once I got to Grambling, it was a great experience. But the only thing was, I was at Grambling. It was awesome. It was just literally everything you see in the movies about HBCU. That's what it was. And I loved it there, but the weather in Louisiana is very like
humid. Yeah, very humid. Yeah.
Yeah, and with sickle cell, I can't be like dehydrated. And so if I was to be dehydrated, I would have pain crisis. And while I was out there, I started to have those because it will always rain a lot, and like rain is a trigger. So while I was out there, I was just sick. And so my mom was just like, you don't have to come home, but come closer because you're 16 hours away. If something happens, I can't get to you. So that's pretty much why I left. She was just like, just come closer to home. But yeah.
Okay, so you chose Illinois State.
I chose ISU because my dad lives in Chicago.
Okay.
Like we don't really like have a good relationship and whatnot. But as a child, because I live in Detroit, I always thought that our distance was the reason why.
Got you.
Yeah, so when I chose Illinois State because I'm like, oh, he's in Chicago, so maybe if I come here, then he would like start to hang out with me more and make more efforts. But like that didn't really happen. But I landed here somehow, and like I definitely feel like it was destined from God because of the things that I'm doing now. So
and I would most definitely say this. I most definitely do think it was destined. I have a familiarity with that area. Bloomington, Indiana. That's the campus you went to, right? Because I know it's two different campuses, but you was at the Bloomington, Indiana one.
Bloomington, Illinois. That's where I'm at right now.
I'm sorry, Bloomington, Illinois. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah,
but I'm a little familiar with that. My wife is from Peoria. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Oh, okay.
But she's like from Peoria. Yeah, she's from Peoria, Illinois. We usually go about 2 times a year. So that's why I'm somewhat familiar with the area. And I even did a little research with her last night. I'm like, well, where's Bloomington, Illinois, and where's this? And she's like, oh, this is this far and this is that far. So so it was a little cool. But I just want to tell some of the people what you've accomplished since you've been at Illinois State University. Well, we'll start with what you did. Like I said, your senior year, you realized that the media outlet that you're working for, the Vidette.
The Vidette?
The Vidette. I'm sorry. I said it wrong.
No, you good. You good.
I pronounced 1,000 things wrong.
It's okay.
But like you said, you're working for them, and it's a great media outlet. But you realize that it didn't. That a lot of times, people of color aren't depicted always in the right light, and a lot of the negative things that we do are depicted. And unless it's crime, you're an entertainer, such as an actor, comedian, whatever, or an athlete, that we're not really being depicted in the right way. So, unlike most people that usually just say, oh, this isn't right, that isn't right, you, Miss Tiffany, decided to do something about it. And, I most definitely want to applaud you for that, because a lot of people just would have said, you know what, they ain't got this and they ain't got that, but, I'm going to do this and that. And one of the interesting things, because it was a whole article written about this, and I'll share the article after the show. I'll share the article in the comments. So if anybody wants to read the article, they can. But one of the interesting things I really read in the article was what you were saying, that when that people of color go to PWIs, that a lot of you said that the cultural resources, they don't know where to find some of them, such as someone to do their hair. Like I know I do a Clubhouse group with a lot of people, and they're from Detroit. And, we were kind of like talking about food back and forth, and a lot of the food I was naming, they didn't know what the heck I was talking about. You know what I mean? Because it's so different. Yeah, and I think that's the one thing I know most people don't think of, that it's so different in like, I know probably going from Detroit to Grambling probably was, you know, it's different for you. Not only, like you said, the weather because it's so humid, but it's just probably different in general.
It
you know,
was
as far as food. Yeah, it's a great cultural.
It was definitely different. Definitely different. Just because, like, I'm from, you know, the Midwest, we Detroit, you know, it's not, we don't really know much about the South. And so me coming from like there all the way to down south where they have accents, they have Southern hospitality. You know, in Detroit or in Chicago, it's like you see people, if you don't know somebody, then you just don't speak, you know, type thing.
Yeah,
but when
you're right.
When you go down south, who are you? Like, you know, you my niece now or whatever. And so it's like, it's very nice. I loved it there. So yeah.
Yeah, those two things are very different. So with that being said, how hard was it to start your own media outlet or your own newspaper or whatever you want, however you want to?
Yeah, it was, oh my goodness. Honestly, it was definitely a journey. Definitely a journey. It was something I had to be very courageous to do, because it's like you don't have anybody like in history that you can say, okay, how did they do this? Like, nobody's ever, from what I know, nobody's ever created a media collegiate news outlet for Black students and for minority students on like predominantly white campuses. So it was very hard to figure out what's the blueprint for this and how do I make it happen. But like, after I just networked within the community, I began to just really realize it was a problem for us because, like I said, not all hair salons specialize in Black hair. And so, you know, that kind of has an effect on, if we can't get the resources that we need to keep ourselves up, it has an effect on our self-image and how other people see it. And so it's just like, that's not a way to grow us. Like, and just also like, the generation behind me can't see, they're not going to be able to see that they can be something beyond the stereotypes if, you know, they don't see it in the media. The media is the TV, the radios. That's what we hear all day. And so why not influence the next generation through that channel? So I basically took what I learned from the Vidette, and after I worked at the Vidette, my experience at the Vidette was very like unique. While I was there, it was it was okay, but I didn't feel very like welcome. I felt kind of isolated, and I felt like it was very cliquish there. Okay. And, like, you know, just whenever I would voice ideas, I didn't feel like they were always, you know, accepted well. And so, anyways, I started bringing more pictures of excellence to the media. Like, I started writing articles about our Divine Nine organizations, our student organizations, our Black Student Union, stuff like that, to the paper. And everybody was just like, Tiffany, like, we didn't even know we had all this stuff on campus. The Black students who were coming here didn't know that they had a Black Student Union, or, you know, the Greeks and whatnot. And so I pretty much educated them on that. And they were very supportive. And everybody was telling me that I should apply for an executive position. And so I told them, like, and I saw an article for the Videttes. They were hiring for an editor-in-chief. And I said, okay, well, let me just try it. Yeah. And so I applied. And so during my interview, they asked me, like, what would I do with the position? And so I was very honest. I'm very unapologetic. I told them that, you know, when a person of color walks into a newsroom like this, we don't see anybody else who looks like us. It's very intimidating. It feels like we're very, you know, isolated, and that's not a comfortable atmosphere. If your school is claiming to be diverse, then it needs to live up to that in all aspects, including media. And so I just told them that one of my goals during that position would be to hire more students of color so that they can reflect in the newsroom. And me and the person who interviewed me, we just didn't have visions that aligned. And I don't really know. I just feel like I just didn't get the position or whatever. They didn't give me the position, but they asked me to come back and stay as a reporter. And so I was just like, if you don't believe in my vision, then why would I continue working? Yeah. So my mom always told me, like, if you see a problem, don't complain about it. Complaints don't do anything. like there are two types of people in this world: people who complain and they just sit, and then there's people who complain and they find a way to act, you know. And so she was just telling me to be the change that I want to see, and so create a solution. And so I just took that summer after I left the Vedette. I said, okay, I'm going to learn graphic design. I'm going to take the dedicated time to learning how to be a better reporter, how to ask better questions, you know, just really develop my craft. And so I pretty much educated myself on like PowerPoints and, you know, Publisher and stuff like that, Microsoft Office products. And I just taught myself like just how to like design stuff. And so I put a format together. It was very like sloppy, but I would showcase like 4 entrepreneurs a week. Another thing was like I had a very good connection with the community because, like I said, I had a lot of interviews with the Divine Nine organizations.
Okay.
And so everybody was very supportive of what I was doing. And so I had this format where I would showcase 4 different entrepreneurs each week. And then other people started asking me how can they join, like they want to be able to help me because they love like how hard I was going for it. And started with just me, my photographer, and then it grew to 30 students now. So I'm training 30 other students on campus on how to do journalism. Yeah.
That's crazy because I was looking at, you know, you created it in 2017. You and I don't know how to pronounce his name. You want to pronounce
No
it?
deal. Yeah.
No deal. Okay, yeah. I didn't want to mess up a third name. I'm just but yeah. And so in 2018, you actually you got it as a RSO. And if anybody doesn't know what RSO is, that's a registered student organization. That's a pretty big deal. So I mean, most definitely applaud you on that. So y'all got that going. So also you've interned for Angela Rye too, right?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. So like Angela, she was just amazing. She came to ISU for our Martin Luther King dinner, and we always have a special guest each year, and she came as our special guest for the year. And I just had other organizations that were telling me like you should try to talk to her because she was the person that I always watched when I was younger. Like I was my girl, you know, the person who I wanted to be like. And so WGLT, which is the station that I work for, they were just like, I told my boss, like, I really want to interview her. And my boss, he loves me. He's always so supportive. And he's like, I'm going to get you that interview. And so he allowed me to go to this press conference part of this event that Angela was speaking at. She was speaking with a small gathering of people. And then she was going to speak with a large gathering later that night. And so he got me tickets to go to the first one, you know, the private one. And so while she started asking, she had like a section where she would give her speech, and then afterwards she called on the press to ask a question. And so when it was my turn, she saw me because I was like the only Black reporter there. And so while we were in the crowd, you know, waiting for everybody to ask her questions, she finally called on me, and I really educated myself on her. Like I discovered her history and stuff like that. So the question I asked her, when I asked her my question, she was like, "How did you even know that?" Okay, Miss Investigative Reporter. And then everybody just started clapping, and like she was like, "See me after this. Like I want to talk to you."
That's
and so
dope.
so like I was from there. She talked to me afterwards, and then we had to like I forgot what I was doing. I think I was just sitting down at the table in the big one afterwards, and she started asking people if they had any questions. And so I took the opportunity to ask another question. And so I went up there to the microphone and I asked her another question. And she was like, Tiffany is one hell of a journalist. She said this like in front of like 400 people. So Tiffany is one hell of a journalist. She's going to work for me soon. And I'm just like, okay. And so afterwards, she offered me the internship. She was just like, I want you to work with me. I need you to apply. I had my interview and just everything went well. And I've been working for her since the summer of 2019. The spring to summer of 2019. And then once my internship was supposed to end that summer, but she asked me to come back and be a leader on her newest campaign. And so now I'm doing that with her.
Oh, that's so how is working for her been? Because
It's been
she seems
awesome.
like such an amazing woman. I've seen her on Breakfast Club a couple of
Yes.
times. She just seems like such a great person. So you said working for her is awesome. You like it?
Yes, I love it. Yes. I'm actually about to stop because I have like other internship, opportunities and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But she's definitely working with her was so awesome. She is literally how you see her on the Breakfast Club, like how funny and unapologetic she is on there.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally how she is to us. And she treats us like her baby. So it's really cool.
So I also seen on there too, and something I thought that was interesting, which is I think is a good idea that you were thinking that you could use the Honest Connect, that's what her media outlet is called. That you could use the Honest Connect as a blueprint for a couple of other universities, and I thought that was a pretty good idea. So like with the Honest Connect, is that the probably end game for that to get it to kind of franchise it and get it to a bunch of different universities, or what's your end goal with that?
Yeah, so my end goal is definitely so I want to be like how Oprah, she has Oprah Radio, Oprah Magazine, Oprah Television Network. I want to have the exact same thing, but on a collegiate level. And so like it'll be pretty much like one of the biggest media conglomerates before collegiate, university, instead of just, local community and state news. You'll finally see something that's for college students and
Gotcha.
college students of color, because there's always going to be a school, like a predominantly white institution, that has a community of people that feel silenced or doesn't feel included. And so we need to still be able to give them a source to see themselves in excellence. So that's why I created Onyx.
Well, that's a great ideal, and I believe that you would get that done. I mean, look at what you've done so far. I mean, since 2017, it's only 3 years, and I mean, like you said, you already have 30 employees. You know, you're interning for Angela Rye. You have the WGLT? No, WGLT. I'm sorry, 89.1 FM. So how you like a WG? How do you like a WGLT?
Love it. Like I absolutely love it. Yeah, while I was doing my stuff after Onyx, I launched Onyx in the fall of 2018. So once like it started getting attention from a lot of people, because it was solely just me now, not connected to the bidet. It was just myself. And yeah, everybody was just like definitely supportive. I'm trying to think. Could you ask me the question one more time? Sorry.
Oh no, the question the question for that was
GLT.
GLT, yeah.
Yes.
WGLT,
okay,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I lost my track.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
No, but yeah, WGLT reached out to me after they saw the attraction I was getting for Onyx when I was solely doing things by myself. And so my boss Ryan Denham, he was asking me like, what would you what would we need to do in order to get you to come to WGLT? And I just told him like I want to be able to bring more Black faces, more representation for people of color, for me to work there, because I'm not getting into the media industry to write whitewash stories. Like I don't want to write about a community like. I just want to be able to solve a problem in media. I don't want to just be a regular reporter. And so he was all for it. Like he was just like, I'm down for it. And it really surprised me because, as a Black girl, like when I was younger, I didn't really have this, awakening to being around different demographics. I was just, with my people. And so I didn't have like a very good view of people, of white people at one point. But when I met him and he started just being so supportive of me, it just made me feel like, okay, things happen in history. But I can, look past that and just, move on from that. And so he kind of just opened my eyes to the whole idea of, talking to other people that don't look like me and just being open to network with them.
So he was genuine and he made you feel comfortable pretty much.
Yes, so, literally.
I get exactly what you're saying. So as far as I know you talked about your goal with the Honest Connect. What other goals do you have for your career? Like, is reporting something you want to do? You want to run a news station? Like, what would probably be in a perfect situation? What would be perfect for you?
Oh, okay. See, I don't have it all figured out. Let me tell you what's on my mind.
All right, go ahead. Give it to what's on your
Okay.
mind.
So if I had the just free will to do anything I wanted to do, it would be to go to different schools across the country. Like, since I'm at Illinois State, maybe it would be ideal for me to start in Illinois because my legacy is already here. And so I would go to University of Illinois, to DePaul, to different schools like that, and be like a consultant, teach them, have meetings with them, teach them what's all needed to have Onyx there, how many reporters they need, how many photographers, what's all the guidelines to get into Onyx, and how to make it fruitful and whatnot. So I would just that would be my dream career, is being able to go to these different schools and having meetings with them to pretty much get them to believe in my dream and invest in my dream. And so, yeah, that would be ideally what I want to do. And just like I said, climb my way up so that I could have the media conglomerate, like have the TV network for college students, the radio station for college students, and the magazine. So yeah.
Okay, Oprah Jr., I got you. We're gonna most definitely be on the lookout for that. Another thing I want to congratulate you on is you were named Innovator of the Year by the Association of Women in Communications. That's a big deal. How did that come about? The Innovator of the Year for Onyx or for a lot of different other things, or?
Yeah, it was for Onyx and just for my role in the community. I just like I said, with the radio station, my goal as a reporter is to shed light on Black faces and on people of color. And so I brought a lot of, events and things that people didn't know about our community to the light. And so I have a really close relationship with the NAACP, the local NAACP, different organizations out here. And so, it was just for my work in the community and for Onyx and whatnot. But thank you.
And for any young people that's out here listening, man, I hope y'all can most definitely listen to what Tiffany's saying and following her footsteps. She didn't like something that was going on, and she took the necessary steps to make her own path. Like you said, you went and you interviewed for the director position at the Vidette, and they didn't want to hire you. So you said they wanted to bring you back as a reporter. So you said, you know what, bump that. I'm gonna just start my own thing, and I think that's so dope, and I think we need to celebrate people like you more often, most definitely. And I think that's such a great thing. But I really do wish you the best of success in your career. I'm pretty sure we will cross paths again. Like I say, I'll be inboxing you on LinkedIn, bothering you and stuff like that. And so go ahead, tell the people where they could find you at if they want to get up with you. Go ahead and plug your social medias. I know you're a busy lady.
Yeah. Well, they can. I have Twitter. My Twitter is _smiles with 5 S's at the end.
Hold on, let me see. Underscore.
Yeah, underscore. And it's 5 S's. And then it's the same thing for my Instagram as well.
Okay, this is her Twitter.
That's Twitter and Instagram.
Instagram. Okay, got you.
And then Tiffany Jackson on Facebook. And then Onyx. Onyx is social media. It's _ the Onyx Connect, the ISU.
It's underscore
the Onyx Connect on
the Onyx Connect.
Twitter.
Okay.
Yep.
We gotta make sure we get her followers up, man, so we can shed more light on what Tiffany has going on. Like she said, it's Tiffany Jackson. That's Tiffany with an I on the end.
Yes.
The Onyx Connect. That's Twitter. Okay, cool.
Got it. Yep.
So most definitely, I know. So how much do you? I want to ask you this before we go. How much do you watch sports? Do you watch sports or sports?
So my mom, she went to Michigan State, and she's super sports crazy. And so when I was younger, she kind of took me to sports bars and whatnot, and had me watching football and basketball. So I watch basketball, but yeah.
Because I asked because one of the guys on my show, he said, we gotta get her to come on the show. And I know me and you had that conversation before. And we could. Who's your favorite player though?
Giannis. I love Giannis.
Oh, okay, Giannis. That makes sense. Giannis.
Yeah, I like
Giannis
Giannis a lot, and I also used to like Paul Gasol when he was with the Lakers.
with the Lakers. Okay, I'll give you to see. I like the Lakers too. So yeah, Paul Gasol, pretty good. He's retired now, or at least he needs to retire. Either or, I don't know. But yeah, Giannis pretty cool. Giannis played pretty good. You been able to follow any basketball this year, or do you like you watch a women's basketball?
I like both, but I like the NBA a lot. So like I like Kobe, R.I.P. him, and like the legend.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still getting educated on it. I can play 2K though.
Oh,
so
you can play 2K.
Yeah.
I might see one of the guys on the show. He talking junk about you liking the Lakers, but I might need you to whoop him up in 2K. So
all right, I'm for it.
Most definitely. Well, Tiffany, like I said, it was great talking with you. It was great chatting with you. Like I said, I know you're busy. You got class. You got a whole media outlet to run. We most definitely appreciate you coming talking with us. And do you have a favorite sports? Do you have a favorite sports team? I know you have a favorite, Giannis, but do you have a favorite sports team you like? The Pistons.
I'm gonna say.
No Pistons. Wow.
I mean, Pistons okay, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite sports team. I would say, like I said, I love Giannis. I guess I like the Bucks, and I like OKC. I like oh my gosh, it's a few. I can write them down.
We got you. Hey, look, she busy, ladies and gentlemen. It's all good. We gonna somebody like her. We can allow her not to, but. We appreciate it. Like you said, OKC, Milwaukee. You said somebody else. I forgot that.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Rockets, too.
Oh, Rockets. Okay, cool. Yeah, my boy John Wall down there. So, all right, man. Like I said, I posted Tiffany's social medias down below. Make sure y'all follow her. Show her some love, especially the Honest Connect. And then I will post her articles on the thread so that way y'all can go back and y'all can just check her article out and just read it, man. And like she said, man, she also has some very interesting articles on LinkedIn that she wrote for the WGLT. So, just check her out, read it, and just let her know what you think, man. Just let her know, shout her out. All right, Tiffany, I appreciate you for coming on.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. I will definitely share.
Okay, thank you. All right, okay. and I'll send you the hard copy of this too, so you can have it to your email. Okay.
Okay, sounds
all right.
Good. Thank you.
All right, you enjoy.
Bye.
All right.